Greetings and salutations, it's Donks. Just a quick preface on this video that you're about to watch. It's a little bit explosive. Make sure you watch to the end. Anyway, enjoy. Greetings and salutations, it's Donks. I hope you're all well. I think I'm going to need a beer for this one. Failed Shot has released a reaction video to Dyler's Quit video. As you all know, Dyler's my boy. Got a lot of time for Dyler. Want to see what he's got to say about this, particularly because I've got some interesting views on this guy myself, as some of you may know. So, without further ado, let's get into it, and I'll give my thoughts on what this guy's saying.
Displeasure of saying goodbye to one of, if not the best, Eternal Evolution content creator in Dylar's Twi'lek Tactics. Posted a video a few days ago about him quitting Eternal Evolution. I want to give my thoughts on a couple things in his video, but I'm not here to react to the video. I'm not here to rehash what he said in the video or anything like that. I think you should watch his video if you want to hear exactly what he said. And best channels to check out for Eternal Evolution content. He has top-notch quality on game guides, build guides, character deep dives, thoughts on the game, the game's direction, a lot of the patches that came out, etc., etc., etc. Everything that you could find, basically, that you want on Eternal Evolution is probably going to be in his channel. So definitely recommend you check out that if you...
Okay, so basically that's the first point. To be fair, he's telling the truth. He provides deep guides. Dyler, he provides all information on the game and how to beat the content and do whatever you need to do in the game. So obviously we all know Dyler's going to be sadly missed. So can't fault him on this. He said what basically is the truth there, that he is the best content creator in the game. I think that can't be disputed. Anyway, let's carry on.
If you're looking for any of that, it is going to be the place to find any sort of informational content on Eternal Evolution. So I'll leave a link to his channel and his videos, or his quitting video down below. But in terms of strictly going through a few of the things that I heard from his video that I wanted to comment on before we dive into kind of where Eternal Evolution's at, where the community is at, because I figure this is a good time to do so. The first thing was, he's not quitting because Eternal Evolution's bad, or it's in a bad place, or the game's direction's trash. And
as far as I know, I don't think this guy has a lot to do with the community or the game. But anyway, let's carry on.
I wanted to say that because it kind of overarching describes where the community's at, I think. As we dive into some of the analytics and such, I don't really feel that the game's bad either. So he's not quitting for that. He's quitting for personal reasons that he explains in the video. And the other thing was, like halfway through his video, he mentioned that he is a gamer first and a YouTuber second. And that means that he tries to play the game as proficiently as he possibly can. And then after the fact, he might consider doing a video. And I thought this was an interesting discussion topic because whether you're a gamer first or a YouTuber first or whatever, whatever you want to do is totally fine. For me, I definitely treat a lot of these games that I play and make videos on as sort of YouTube first and then the gameplay or the game.
Right, so this is going back to the point that I've been talking about for a while, and those that know me know. If you are just doing content for content's sake, you're not necessarily providing the right information to people. If you're not hitting the right stuff, doing the right stuff in the game, and potentially providing people bad advice, just because you've got a big following, doesn't mean you should just randomly make videos that provide no purpose and no use to the community.
Gamer in me second. So I have a kind of an opposite perspective when it comes to a lot of the, videos that I make for these games. My first priority is to make a good topic, a good title, a good video that people are, one, going to be useful for and maybe interested in. But then also, it's kind of tied into my enjoyment of these games, right? Not
Whenever I'm getting bored and looking for something fun to do, I grab my phone and head straight to the Slap Park app. Slap Park is a
not only do I want to make good videos and I want people to have them be useful to them, but also that kind of aspect of interacting with the community and doing videos that people ask for, potentially
Who's
coming up with a
asking for
topic
your
that I think is useful
videos,
for
for the
people,
videos that you
is
provide?
actually a lot of the fun for the games, right? A lot of time I'm playing the games.
See, to be honest, I've seen videos of Valshot from the beginning, disregarded them very shortly afterwards because they don't provide any information, really. Not really, and a lot of them are clickbaity. Look, sorry, it's nothing personal. This is just my opinion. Deal with it.
And I am trying to figure out what I'm learning and then kind of incorporate that into videos. And that's a lot of the fun for me. For the other games that I don't cover, it's oftentimes gamer first, well, YouTube videos second. Because no matter what I'm playing, I'm still thinking about YouTube.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is that you're not really into this game. You're just whashing out videos for views. There's other games that you like and care about more, which is fine. Why don't you just do videos on them? Do videos on stuff that you know about. I've seen so much bad advice being given on this channel in terms of builds. Most of it's out of date. Clearly doesn't play the game that much. Anyway, let's crack on.
That's kind of just what happens when you start making YouTube videos. As far as I've talked to anybody that's done YouTube videos, they've said the same thing, which is that once you start making YouTube videos, you start to think of these games in YouTube videos. Like, oh, that was a sick video. That could have been a sick video. That was a great topic to cover, etc., etc., etc.
I agree with that to a degree.
The other games that I do play on the regular, things like Civilization 6. I played some Warframe recently.
But I've never seen
like
any
RuneScape,
action
League of
videos
Legends.
from
These
him.
are the types of games that I played.
Of actually
absolute
taking on
buttload,
content.
especially RuneScape and League of Legends. Civ 6 has been much more in the last 3-4 years for me. Obviously because Civ 6 hasn't been released for that long. But that long I say, but it's been quite a bit of time. Regardless, games like League of Legends and RuneScape are the games that I definitely play way more.
Please go and check out my videos on them,
game.
people.
And those are the games that I play gamer first, and then I kind of think of YouTube videos, and if I want to put them into YouTube videos second. And so it really just depends
So they're
on
the ones you
sort of what
provide
game I'm
proper
playing.
content
But I
on,
totally
I'm
get
assuming.
kind of his perspective here, where his interest in being proficient and his kind of interest in the game is really determined by his kind of drive to be the best, and that is a really kind of healthy drive in a lot of situations, and part of the reason why, as he mentioned in the video, he's going to be quitting the game, as he said, for personal reasons. So props to him for kind of doing what he feels like he needs to do, and again, I fully support whatever you want to do. YouTuber first, gamer first. If you're not doing YouTube or gaming, whatever you want to do, it doesn't really matter to me, as long as that's kind of where you want to go. And so I thought that was an interesting kind of discussion point, and I wanted to share my thoughts on that because, I kind of have an opposite perspective, especially when it comes to Eternal Evolution, right?
So basically, well done, Tyler. You've got Valshot's blessing to do whatever you want. I mean, if that doesn't smart of arrogance, I don't know what is. But anyway,
I myself am very much a PC gamer before mobile gamer, so these are not the first games that really come to mind when I think of gaming. The first thing I think of is, again, like League of Legends and RuneScape. But
so you don't like the game.
Regardless,
you don't like the game. Do I do
these games
content
are
on it?
fun,
You don't like the
and
game.
that's kind of what I want to
into the
lean
metrics
into when
now.
I talk about the analytics and sort of where the game is at. As I said, this is a pretty good time to do it, or I felt like this was a pretty good time to do it because, one, we're losing one of the best creators, in my opinion, as well as, for those of you that don't know, one of the other mobile games that I was covering on another channel, Heroes of Middle-earth, is actually just recently shut down, or at least the announcement of the end of the game was announced, and the game is going to be ending. As far as I can see, I think that just Google Trends is really not, functioning because
the game's on a downward
search
trend.
data is just not. Last, but again, these are surface level sort of
Did you say last?
approaches to analyzing the analytics behind the game.
More
But
waffle than
oftentimes,
a
these are some of the
pancake house,
things
this
that
guy.
give you some sort of semblance on where the game's headed and kind of be able to compare to a lot of the other games out there. And, unfortunately for Eternal Evolution, it looks pretty similar to Heroes Middle Earth in terms of revenue and in terms of downloads. This is the Apple
I think we can
Store.
expect to see that
And then right here,
Valve Shop won't probably
that was
cover
the
in the game
Google Play
anymore.
Store, and this was the Apple Store.
Whether you're bothered about that is
Between the
entirely
two,
up
we're
to
looking
you.
at somewhere close to, well, if I rotate back, App Store, because it's shut down. Kind of whole shtick was that all signs point to the game wasn't as successful as CG wanted it to be, and therefore the game kind of shut down.
Christ.
For so short, while it also just being shutting down, right? Like I've played games that were shutting down,
still talking?
or that we do need to be.
Oh, there's a legendary, baby.
Oh,
Let's
we've got an
go.
advert. Sorry, guys.
Let's go. Something big. Give me a lord, baby. I'm feeling. That 2 pros are fighting boss over there. That boss is dying. Wait, they just left? Lucky day for me.
Hey, come
Be
on.
cognizant of things like this. You don't need to, but I like to be, because I think
Does anybody actually watch his
interesting,
videos
and
the whole
two,
way
I
through?
don't
Just
really want to be
wanna
playing
know.
a game that is going to be shutting down.
Just for shits
anytime
and
soon. I
giggles.
don't really want to be in that position again, because I just
Fuck
found it
me.
to be very unfun and boring. When you're sitting there and you're waiting for an update, or you're waiting for something to happen, and then it turns out nothing's
Bit like
ever
your
going to
videos.
happen. It's just kind of not appealing to me. So I've been looking at Eternal Vision to see if that's where we're at. And, well, we're not. And more importantly, arguably, is that the community is not there at all, especially the developers themselves, right? One of the big problems with Heroes Middle Earth during that time period was that we had zero communication for, 2 months, 2.5 months. Like, literally no official announcement
Right.
whatsoever.
We don't
for
care about
2.5
that shit,
months.
games.
Eternal
Carry
Vision
on.
is not like that, okay? We get regular events, regular collabs have been happening, and regular updates every single week. So unless something like that changes, I'm not really seeing this game approach being dead anytime soon. And I think for the most part, the community opinion is kind of in a position where it's like, yeah, we're just kind of grinding out the game, or maybe you're a newer player, maybe you're a mid-game player or whatnot, and maybe you're coming back to the game. I've heard that recently as well. And you're just kind of playing the game, appreciating the content that the game has, and then, just enjoying the events as they come. There's no like rush to be the next, raid killer. There's no rush to be on the top of the game. It's just a fun side game. And
Yeah, it is
this
a
is
side
definitely
game. I
a
agree
sort of
with you there.
different shift in attitude from when the game began. Obviously, when the game began, we had creators like Hell Hades, J Gigs, Ivy Lee, Dan Heilman, and all these different people that
They've
were
gone.
reasonably sized.
These
in
people
terms
have
of,
gone
views
a
and
long
people
time
watching,
ago. A long
which kind
time
of
ago.
brought this attitude where it's like, oh yeah, this game's gotta succeed. It's gotta reach a certain point, and as soon as we drop below a certain point, the game is approaching dead or going to be pretty terrible. And unfortunately, well, it did reach that point, but it's not dead or terrible. The game's still receiving regular updates. It's still the same game, and it's still relatively player friendly. I would say.
I think they are doing some
Overall,
stuff in the
it's
game.
just,
Whether it's enough,
my expectations for the
will be
game have
seen.
kind of shifted from, yeah, maybe we could reach that point where we are the raid, we are that big game, but I don't think that's going to be the case based on what I've seen. But that doesn't mean that the game is over. I'm still expecting a return of the Evangelion collab. I'm still expecting future collabs, future updates every single week, and potentially future game modes. And maybe one day when we do get a really good update or something comes to the game that people are excited about, maybe like Live Arena, for example. I don't know how they're going to do that because
They're
we
not
can't
gonna
even
do that.
manual arena battles, but who knows what they could add that could bring a bunch of people to the game, and who knows what they could change to have a lot of people be excited about the game. So my thoughts on where we're at as a community, and what I've seen in terms of attitude. In terms of where I'm at, well, the game is enjoyable. I play it every day, and as I said earlier on in this video, I am YouTube first, gamer second. I don't sit here and I don't personally
It shows.
enjoy sitting
It does
through
show,
and
though.
grinding out my gear and min-maxing everything, because I've actually already beaten all the content in the game for the most part.
You haven't. That's a damn right fucking lie. You are not at the top of any of your boards. You're not at the top. You haven't beaten all of the new EX levels. You've never shown anybody any tactics on how to do stuff. You've said recommend building this hero or that hero, which is mostly wrong. And you've not showed. You've not done. Where's your videos on Endless? Where's your videos on Twilight? Where's your gameplay videos? Where's your strategies? Where's your tactics? Where's your gear matching? You're not endgame. You're fucking not, and you're fucking lying. I bet you barely fucking play the game. And you've just come on here because you panicked a little bit because Dyler's leaving and your revenue stream is getting fucked. Potentially. People quit the game. you're not going to be able to make money. As you said, you're a YouTuber first. Bloody shows, mate, I'll tell you.
Right? Like, yeah, I can improve my story instant stages. Yeah, I can improve my Soulmon. I can improve that type of stuff. I can improve my times, perhaps. But I've already done all that, and well,
No,
this
you
game doesn't
haven't.
really reward you.
No,
for
you
improving the times
haven't.
on your dungeon runs because you can just sim a
Show
bunch
us
at
your
the same time,
scores.
right? If I was
Show
in,
us your
Raid 7 Legends,
leaderboards.
which I am playing, by the
Are
way,
you a Red Sonja? Are you a
then,
Dyla?
yeah,
Are
I
you
wanna
even
improve
a
my raid
me?
time
No.
or dungeon times because that changed directly.
Are you a
changes how much
Master
time I spend in
Styles?
the game and
No.
how kind of many things that can get done in an hour.
Don't
So
watch
it
this
doesn't really
guy.
have that
Do not
necessarily.
watch this
You know,
guy.
at
Watch
most,
Red
I might
Sonja,
spend,
watch
like,
Master
you know,
Styles,
30, 45
and
minutes
watch
actually
Dyla
doing
for
all
the
the
next week
content
until he
every single
goes.
day, and then, you know, I'm just sitting there going through my
I
gear,
can't listen to this
min-maxing a few
fucker
things,
anymore.
and
Anyway,
doing a couple things.
as
to,
usual, I've been
my
Dunks, you've been
overall standing in the
amazing,
game,
and I'll
whether
see you
it's
for the
like,
next one.
you know,
Take care, bye.
tempering gear.